Hello and welcome in to another edition of Trewvizon Radio. I am your host, Awesome Al, along with my co-host and producer, Ooch.
What's crack-a-lack in Montgomery and around the goddamn world?
Man, it's hot out there. Don't you say what you said last time either. We're not having that. We're not having it.
It's hotter than... It's hot.
That's right. It's just hotter than hot. That's what.
You can't be censoring me, man. What you doing?
Yes, I got a censor.
It's hotter than...
Or you would just go wild.
It's hotter than 5 fat blind women in a phone booth.
Oh.
That's the text I got. Anyway.
There goes some more listeners we ain't gonna have.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
My, I tell you, this boy here. Yeah.
At least I'm not OPP.
I don't know.
I'm no one's property.
Mm-hmm.
No one's property.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a beautiful day out there. It's kind of partly cloudy on this Tuesday. We're on a Tuesday this time, Hooch.
Yeah, well, we apologize. We did made a hell of a attempt to do the show Friday. We did record everything, and once again, like I said earlier in the PSA, YouTube rearranged the furniture and didn't tell me. That's all I'm gonna say.
We are in the house today on this Tuesday, July 28th. Man, I know a lot of people's birthday today, but I'm not going to give a shout out to them. But they know who they are.
Yeah, shout out to me, July 18th.
Yeah, happy belated birthday to you.
Yes, where's my gift?
You going to have a gift for me on October 24th?
Most definitely. Just like I did last year.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing. That's what I got. See, a Negro.
I got you this year. I promise I got you.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, let's give a shout out to NFB, the Montgomery chapter. Here with Miss Parmy Simonton, the president, and all of the other members. We're having our meeting this evening, Hooch. Are you going to be there?
What?
You heard me. Are you going to be there?
I'm going to make it. I'm going to try.
We having our meeting tonight on the Zoom line. Yeah, so, make sure you got your Zoom telephone number and passcode to get in there and be a part of this NFB meeting, which is tonight.
And don't forget when you come in, hit that thumbs up coming into the building. And on that note, we got some Trewvizon bucks. We need
That's right, True Bucks. Hit that thumb up and go to our Cash App, $ True Bucks. Then send us some comments, likes, dislikes. Tell me if you want Hooch off the show.
Do that if you want to.
At Trewvizon Radio at gmail.com.
Why are you throwing that dart over there?
Say what? What you say?
It's all good. I know you love me. It's okay.
Yeah. Somebody care about you. Don't worry.
It's a lot went on this weekend, but we won't get into that yet, right? That's probably...
No, we're going to get into that later on when we talk about...
What's the topic? Don't forget the
subject.
Yeah, news subject, and email us also here at Trewvizon Radio.
Yeah, TrewVisionRadio at gmail.com. That's our email address. Send us an email with your comments and everything, and hey,
come on us. Yeah. TrewVizonRadio at gmail.com. I know that didn't sound right, but I hope you're not thinking the way I was thinking it.
See, this time Hooch spelled it for you. I usually do it, but yeah,
Well, you can always.
You learn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a hell of a day.
But anyway, give a shout out to NFB, the local chapter here in Montgomery, Alabama. And we are having our meeting this evening, and I'll be there, Miss Parmy. At 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yeah,
I won't be late this time. Last time I was late. But...
Yeah, you are way late. The meeting was over.
I'm a busy hooch.
Better late than never, but when you're too late. But anyway, shout out to NFB. And now let's do our music moment. Today we have the Blind Boys of Alabama. That's going to be our music moment for today.
The Blind Boys of Mississippi?
No, Alabama.
Oh.
The Blind Boys of Alabama, originally known as the Five Blind Boys of Alabama, but it was more than five. I don't know why they call it the Five Blind Boys, but it was more than five. They started out in 1939 there at the Alabama School for the Negro Blind, or as they call it, the Macmillan campus, as they used to call it. There in Talladega, Alabama in 1939. They started out with Clarence Fountain, who was the leader of the Five Blind Boys. He died about 2 years ago, as a matter of fact, in 2018. Clarence Fountain did. But he was the founder and the originator and the first leader of the Blind Boys. Clarence Fountain, they had George Scott, they had Jenny Fields, and they had brother Billy Bowers, who was a member of the NFB chapter here in Montgomery for a while, back in the mid-2000s. And then they had a guy named Roscoe Robinson, which you said you played with. Who?
Yeah, I worked with him several times on the JoJo Benson tour with the Grammy Award winning Gwen McCrae, and he was a joy to work with. Actually, on a couple of shows, he stole the show. I had no idea he was a part of the Blind Boys of Alabama.
Yes, he
I had no idea.
Yes, he was.
Very vibrant young man.
Yeah. Mr. Ross.
He always talk like this. He talk like that.
Well, Mr. Robertson was one of the members of the Five Blind Boys back in the 40s and 50s when they were starting out there in Talladega, Alabama. Then they went on to record hits in the 40s and 50s. Really started in 1948 when they started at Fame Studio in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. And they went on to become a permanent fixture in the gospel music era. Matter of fact, they call their music, they call it Jubilee Gospel, Jubilee Modern Gospel. That's the Five Blind Boys of Alabama. They have won 5 Grammys, as a matter of fact. And they have a lifetime Grammy. Now, don't ask me what a lifetime Grammy is. All Grammys are lifetime, you see. But I guess this one is a special Grammy that they won in 2009, the Lifetime Grammy Award for their work in gospel. But they got 5 Grammys. One of their songs was featured in the HBO show The Wire. As a matter of fact, it was the theme song for The Wire, the first series, the song called Way Down in the Hole, which was a theme song for The Wire, the first series. Now the members include Mr. Jimmy Carter, which I had the pleasure to meet a couple of times back in the early 2000s. And now they got Mr. Jimmy Carter, Mr. Joey Williams, Mr. Ricky McKinney, and Mr. Ben Moore. They are the members now of the Blind Boys of Alabama. And the Blind Boys were so popular that another group spun off from them called the Blind Boys of Mississippi. So hey, it's the Blind Boys over there in Mississippi at the Mississippi School for the Blind started their gospel group, but they did not get as much claim as the Five Blind Boys of Alabama, originally from Talladega, Alabama. Give a shout out to the people up there in Talladega, Alabama.
Dig it.
At the Alabama Institute for the Deaf and Blind. That's where the guys started out, 1939 until today. Over 80 years of music a long time.
Long
Long time. 80 years of music. The Five Blind Boys of the Blind Boys of Alabama. That's our music moment for today. Thank you. Thank you. And now, what we gonna do now?
Well, I think we got a little news.
All right then, let's get to it. Let's get to the news. Thank you there, Hooch. And the news is Corona, Corona, Corona. Everywhere. Corona is everywhere. Corona, Corona, everywhere. That's what we have in Corona here in Alabama. It's almost, wow. It's 80,000 people that have been affected.
You serious?
With this virus. 80,000 people.
Just not going away.
No, it's not going away. We have over 1,400 deaths since the virus started in March. 1,400 people have died here in the state of Alabama from the coronavirus. 80,000 people are infected with this virus. Here in Montgomery County, almost 6,000 people affected. Matter of fact, there's 5,700 people affected here in Montgomery County alone, and we had 138 deaths so far from this virus. So it is still going strong. States, some of them have not reopened. Some of them have reopened, and they're thinking about closing again because the virus is growing strong. A task force has, President Trump has getting back on the news now every day.
We just call them 45.
45 getting back on the news every day.
They need to 45.
Talking about the virus. Talking about the virus, and the man has no solution to this. Nobody has.
Has he ever?
Nobody really has no solution to this. They said that a vaccine might be out by the end of this year. But we all know, we as a black race, we are scared of vaccines because of what happened back in the 1940s with the Tuskegee experiment.
That's right.
With the syphilis epidemic. It was not a pandemic, but it was an epidemic back in the 1940s. So that's why black people are not too fast to rush when you say vaccine shots because of that situation that happened. Also, stimulus package.
Money.
That's in the news as well.
Yeah. Can I get some of yours?
No, you cannot. A new stimulus package is supposed to be ran through the Senate and the House this week, and supposed to be on Trump's desk by the end of the week, which he said he will sign. This stimulus package is going to give another round of $1,200 to people. So there's a stimulus check coming.
I mean, he spent all that time to agree on the same amount of money.
The same amount of money. So all of that stuff that people been reading about, $2,000 for 6 months, and
I was praying for the $3,000 a month.
And man, you got $3,000 a month. You weren't living in America all the time. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. That was never gonna happen. But yeah, $1,200 is coming back as a one-time stimulus payment. Now, if the virus keep going, I don't know what they're gonna do after that. So, they should pay $1,200 a month for about 6 months until the end of the year. That's what they should do. But who am I?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. And plus, the unemployment that people were getting, $600 a week of unemployment due to the stimulus, that been slashed down to $200 a week. And they did it because they say, this is what the Republican senators said. They said, why should we pay people more to stay at home than they had when they were working.
God damn. We can't win for losing, man.
No, you can't. So, hey, now I've been slashed down to $200. Now I've been slashed to $200 a week. So that means that you got to get your butt to come and go to work when the people call you to go to work.
How can you go to work? Everything is closing.
But you know,
How can you work?
the last time, right, Jobs was calling people back, but people told him no. Because they were making more money sitting at home. And see, and that's why this is the result of it, that is now only $200 instead of $600. So now, if your job calls you back and you make it over $200 a week, you better get back to work. I'm telling you that. Also in the news, Congressman John Lewis.
John Lewis.
John Lewis died on July 17th. And he was a...
Day before my birthday.
Yeah. Day before your birthday. He died on July the 17th of pancreatic cancer that he'd been suffering from for quite a while. And Congressman Lewis was known as the conscience of the Congress.
Dig it. Because I
Yeah.
pride myself in being a conscious brother. Been a little over 20 years now. So
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Rhythm Nation, my African ensemble group, founded by me and Jeremiah Haya. Kaya. We was downtown at the Capitol with Brother Lush and Sister Yummy, which will be on the show next week. Powerful, powerful African sister. I like her name too, Yummy. I like her name.
Yeah.
But we were
Yummy.
in honor, in his honor, you know, in the honor of our brother John Lewis, may he rest in power. We were just pounding away on the African drum. Each one of us had a drum, and we were just, giving our contribution to the cause for our brother.
Yes, Congressman Lewis served over 30 years in the Congress there, representing a district there in Georgia, which includes Atlanta. His body was in Troy Saturday. That's his hometown, Troy, Alabama. Give a shout out to the people down in Troy, the hometown of
The boy
John
from
Lewis. And he was known as the boy from Troy. That was
Who gave him that name?
Dr. King gave it.
Dr. Kane.
Yeah, Dr. King. Martin Luther King.
Dig it.
Martin Luther King gave it that name as the boy from Troy because he was young when he started out in the civil rights fight. He was only 23 years old.
I thought he was 18.
No, he was 23 when he helped organize the March on Washington in 1963, where Dr. King gave his "I Have Dreams" speech. Judge Lewis was only 23 then, and then on the Bloody Sunday on the Edmund Pettus Bridge there in Selma, Alabama, 1965, he was 25 years old. And he was one of the protesters that got beaten by state troopers, beaten with tear gas. Matter of fact, he had a fractured skull from that.
Sure did.
From that beating on the Edmund Pettus Bridge there. That's why it was called Bloody Sunday, and that helped to speed up the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Got that passed through the House and the Senate, and it was signed by President Johnson in 1965. So then he went on to do various causes throughout the late 60s and 70s, and in 1986 he was elected to the House of Representatives from Georgia. Now his body now is back in D.C., where he is lying in the rotunda of the U.S. Capitol. So he is the first black politician to ever lie at state in the U.S. Capitol.
Well, do your thing, guy. He's a special guy, you could tell.
Yeah,
A lot of love. Deservedly.
You know, John Lewis' thing was go out and get into good trouble. That was his thing, good trouble.
I believe in that.
Not bad trouble.
Good trouble.
Good trouble.
Yeah.
Go out and make something happen.
But if I would have got my ass whipped, it would have been all over.
Well, yeah, you.
It would have been all over.
Cause you don't have no patience for anything.
No, I don't have patience for just getting my skull cracking. I'm just gonna go back out and take a chance and get. No, I believe in good trouble, but if I believe if someone puts their hands on you, you have the right to snatch their faces off.
Well, I guess you.
Shout out to Malcolm X in that term.
I was just going to say, see, you would have marched with Malcolm.
That's right, all day long. Yeah, and I love his spirit. It takes a hell of a guy to do that. Everybody's not built the same way, so.
No, they're not. They're not.
What about you? You think you could have?
Back then?
Yeah.
Hell no.
See, he talks so righteous.
Marching in that hot sun.
He's talking so righteous. He's talking so righteous.
Marching with them Stacey Adams on.
All right, I don't want to interrupt your news.
But that's the news. Thank you, Pahooch. Talking about Congressman John Lewis. And Congressman Lewis will be laid to rest Thursday in his adopted hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. So that's where he will be laid to rest in Atlanta, Georgia.
Dig it.
So that wraps up in the news. Now let's get back to what we came here for.
Old people's property.
Yeah, old people property. That's what we.
Old people property.
We can call it something else too, but we ain't gonna do that. Anyway, we're talking about part 2.
Well, but before we do that.
Oh yeah, before we do that, I almost forgot your segment, Hooch. Let's get to it.
Things you should never do. If you number one, things you should never do. If you walk into the men's bathroom and you're using a urinal, is that right?
Yeah.
You don't lean over to the next guy and say, "Hey, good morning, how you doing?" Men never do that. We just don't do that. Or, how's it hanging? Or in Al's case, yours bigger than mine.
That's right, mine is bigger than yours.
How would you know that? How would you know that, man? How would you know that? Okay. We're gonna let it slide. Okay. Number 2, things you should never do. If you are approaching a blind person in a restaurant and he's or she is with a sighted person, you should never talk to the sighted person like the other person's not there, meaning the blind person. Like, what do you think he or she would want on their steak?
Right now, that goes out for the waiter and the waitress that comes to your table. They should never come to your table. You there and your sighted companion, they asking your sighted companion what you want. Like your sighted companion have your taste buds.
Right. That makes no sense. And also, things you should never do. You should never talk to a blind person like they went to the deaf school. Hello, how you doing? Are you okay? Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, we graduated from the blind school now. Why do you talk to us like we retards or something like that? I don't understand that.
Yeah, and never ask a blind person how many fingers.
Oh yeah.
Because you can get a finger.
Yeah, the middle, right? I've done that before 7 times.
You can get a finger out. Right? How many is this? How many is this?
Right. And I think this is the last one. Did I do 4? Is it 4?
Yeah. 4 or 5.
Okay.
You got one more?
I got one more. Things you should never do.
Mm-hmm.
You should never wipe your behind with Clorox wipes. You should never do that. And I was told that you did that, Al. That
I did not do that. That was you, bro.
Yeah, I did make a mistake. I did.
That was you.
It was a hell of a duck walk to the fountain.
Try that no more.
I would never do that again. That's what it I just tapped just a little bit. Like, whoa, whoa.
Raw butt for sure. Hard head did, brother. Soft behind that time.
Yeah, that was awful. I think that's 4. Is it 4 or 5?
Yeah, I think that's about 4 or 5.
You got one? I think I got one more.
Yeah. What you got?
Let me see. This is. Oh yeah. You cannot holler "Black Lives Matter" if you do not have a mask on. You can't do that.
Yeah, because the first black life is yours.
Exactly. Evidently, it don't matter.
Evidently, you have the Black Lives Matter, and you sitting up there with a naked face.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are things that you should never do. And if you have some
never
things that you like to share with us, things that people should never do, you should email us at TrueVisionRadio@gmail.com.
Yes, send it to us, and we'll make sure that he put it on his segment.
Thank you.
Things you should never do. Now let's get back to what we came here for.
It was pretty fun.
Yes, it was. A good segment, Hoops.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, let me give you props.
Yeah, I'm shocked. It's gonna rain.
Well, it's gonna rain, but it's not because I gave you props. But anyway, we get back to our part 2 segment about open relationships, Will and Jada. This part we calling it OPP. Now, the last part was Hollywood Swing, and this part is OPP. Now, like I said, I can never be down with OPP. Never. It ain't my thing.
Never been your thing.
Now, we were supposed to have some special guests on the show, but due to technical difficulty, we are not going to have the special guest on the show today. But we're going to have a video from a young lady, and she's going to give her point of view on open the relationships, and we'll do that.
We won't do it now.
No, we won't do that now, but we'll do that in a few.
Yeah.
But but you and I are gonna talk about this, like we talked about it last week.
Well, what did I say last week?
Well, you said you went down with it.
I went down with entanglement.
Entanglement. That's what we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
Entanglement. Hollywood.
I think OPP is a little bit different than if you're married to someone and you go out swinging. OPP is for people who are single or got a boyfriend or girlfriend. I think. And if you make that choice to
it could be really for marriages too, because you got other married folks out there be one somebody else's spouse.
That's some dangerous stuff.
Yeah, that's cheating in the next room stuff. Backdoor tipping. If you didn't come up and touch me, and all that stuff, it sure wasn't me.
Right.
Yeah.
All those cheating songs teach you how to cheat and do it better.
Yeah. They say creeping ain't easy. I don't know nothing about that.
You got the slogans down pretty good, don't you?
But that's what I heard. Creeping ain't easy.
That's what you heard, huh?
Yeah, some creeping, you leave home to be with your side piece and everything. So, but when you get into other people's property, or when you having 3 people sleeping in your bed at one time.
Well, isn't it better with if everybody knows? If you go back to the culture, isn't that in our culture?
That's
another show, huh?
Yeah, that's another show. It's in your culture, but it's only for men. Now, women can't do that.
No, women can't do that. You said, you going on record? You saying that, right?
Women can't do that because it's in the Bible as well. You never saw a woman.
Well, do tell, Al.
You never saw a woman in the Bible with several men. If you did, especially if she was married.
God.
That was adultery. Adultery it was put. You were put to death for adultery. So. Women were stoned.
Women don't want to hear that. But speaking of,
they don't want to hear it. But men, they went out and they had all of these concubines and wives and everything. King Solomon.
So is it a double standard? Some women sometimes want to pick things that they cool with out of scripture and to appease them. I think, and I think when a woman decides to do that, that's down with OPP.
Well, everybody really takes.
I think as men, we look at women a little different. We think we look at women a little different.
Well, Steve Harvey said that his daddy told his sisters, "You can't do what I do and still be called a lady." See, that means they can't go out in the street and have several partners.
Well, let's get the perspective from the other female.
Yes, let's do that. Let's listen to what this young lady said about
don't agree.
OPP.
I'd rather have just one man with me, he and I, and that's it. Nobody else. That's just how I am. But how I feel about the open relationships, well, with open relationships, you're bringing other people into the mix. So when people decide to have them, they need to have an understanding that there are pros and cons of having an open relationship. So one of the things that I know that, one of the pros of having an open relationship is that you don't have to be monogamous. That means you can be with whoever you want to be with. You have your freedom with other people while you still stand true to your main person. So stay true to the main person that you with while you having your freedom, which that means you both need to stay, open and honest with each other while you, as I put it, having your shenanigans. While you having your shenanigans with other people, and while you having an open relationship, another, other pros are, it's exciting, it's thrilling. You get to do stuff that you never done with your mate. The other person might be, they might do something that your mate don't do. So it just keep a thrill, like those thrill seekers, And then some of the cons is that the other person, well, let's just say jealousy might creep in. Jealousy might creep in because either you or the other person might start having feelings about the other person that, brought into the mix. The other person might look better than you, or there's something about the other person that your mate is more attracted to than they are with you. So you have to be very careful when it comes to those, because it's a lot to that entail with having an open relationship. But as for me, no. That will never happen. I don't believe in it.
Okay.
Now, she brought up some good points there.
And by the way, for the noise in the background, it's probably Jada&Will trying to come in and gun us down. This is going to be a short show.
But she brought up some good points there about pros and cons.
It's a good perspective.
Now, how do you feel about the pros and the cons?
Well, the other cons, we all know the pros. We know the pros.
I
just want to
you
feel
get your
good.
cake and eat it too.
Right.
That's the pros of it.
We already know the pros. But the cons, you can get your ass whipped.
That's right.
Maybe killed.
That's right. You can get.
You look around, you may be holding your damn titty in your hand. Wondering why.
Might be holding your.
Yeah, that too. Can't do nothing but blow on them, use them for dice.
Yeah.
Won't be a lucky 7, you done crapped out.
Well, I don't know, you might roll some snake eyes. but now the cards are very powerful when you talking about open relationship or open marriage. I mean, like I said, you can't get hurt.
Yeah, and we got to get Lady P back on the show. She did make. I remember she was saying that. She said that women get younger, and men get older.
She said that.
Which I disagree.
Women.
I disagree.
Women don't get younger; they get hotter. That's how women get.
Well, what about this?
Yeah.
And it's cool if a woman.
Men get colder, women get hotter. That's what she was saying.
I don't understand how men can get colder, because men can have babies until they're 80, 90 years old.
Well, they can.
And women can't.
But.
And they shut down. Menopause.
You have some men, though, that drop off after they get.
It depends on their health. But
that too.
But what about menopause for women? Women shut down really quick.
Well,
I'm not saying
during the stage.
I'm not saying it's
during the stage of menopause they do, but after the menopause is over, no sir, they be hotter than a $2 pistol.
Sound like you speaking from experience, bro.
What you say?
Sound like you speaking from experience.
No, I'm not speaking from experience. I just know what I have been told by some people. So, you know.
You know what, Al?
What?
One of these days, Al, pow, right in the kisser.
Come on. Al, you in the kisser.
We should try to at least tip to see if we can contact Lady P. You want to try to do that?
We could try. You know.
See what happens.
Down there up and see.
See what happens.
I know we had some technical difficulties earlier, but you know, let's see what happened now. Down there up there, producer, and see what we could
probably no dice
get to.
But who knows?
Well, nothing beats a failure but a successful try.
Yeah.
So let's try and see if we going to be successful.
I think men love a lot of younger women. Older men, they love younger women.
Of course, because it keeps that fire, man.
Okay, no dice. We good.
Okay. Let's see. Well, but yeah, you see older men with younger women. Then vice versa, you see younger women with older men.
If we embrace the culture, we wouldn't have a lot of jealousy, because everybody knows about everybody, and financially we'd be better off.
But Ron, people now has been domestic. You know, there's a such word.
I understand.
Domestic life.
I know where we are in America, but if we embrace, if you gotta have more than one, you gotta be able to take care of them. But
of course you do.
But the queen works too. The queen works too.
But the thing is, look.
And by the way, Will was hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Well,
even though they were separated,
like he was.
Will didn't want her to go out to make herself happy in that way.
Well, what way did he thought she was gonna get happy?
Bake a cake, go grocery shopping.
Hot scotch with the children. You know, sitting around playing.
And what did you go do, Jada?
What did he do?
He didn't do anything. Will is a victim.
What did he do?
He's a victim.
I mean, what did he do?
That's why you don't play the open relationship shit. To be honest with you, I'm sorry for you.
No, you don't. Because, you know, like I said, you know, I'm like Stevie Wonder song. I ain't gonna stand for a thing. No.
So Stevie not cool with open?
No, he's not. Stevie Wonder had a song out in 1983 called "I Ain't Gonna Stand for a Thing," and on that song, he was talking about some other man digging around in his cake.
But you know what?
Yeah.
The queen, the queen had to okay. You had to get permission from your queen first to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, it's not gonna work.
That's a rarity
It's just not gonna work.
in this day in society.
Can it be done? Yes.
Yeah.
But everybody got to agree on. But I'm not cool
But
with.
those sister wives, man.
I'm not cool with a woman. See, it's a difference when a woman go out and say, I'm gonna sleep with this man, gonna sleep with that man. No, you can't do that. Because you become unclean that way. Your body's not made to do those things. That's just facts.
Well,
And scripture backs that up. You said that earlier.
All right, scripture backs it up. But what about,
There's no but.
You can have some women talking about, what about a man being unclean? Because he's sleeping everywhere.
One of these days, Al.
That's all I gotta say.
I'm just saying, he's sleeping everywhere too, right?
No, nothing's going inside of the man.
Yeah, but he going inside of something else.
No. You proving.
I know what you say.
You proving my point.
I know what you say. Nothing that's going inside the man, but the man going inside of something else.
But once again, that's not what I said. You said that. I said there's nothing going inside of him.
I heard what you said.
Okay. So this is his second or third wife. So it's understood that this brother and this third wife is connected. So there's no other. It's all three of us. So
well, me. Hell, it's hard enough dealing with one wife.
And I agree with you. I mean, yeah.
Who needs 3 or 4 of them?
I'm with you on that one.
Who?
You're not worried about that hate mail now, are you?
Well, I'm not gonna get no hate mail saying a man should have 3 or 4 wives.
I didn't say that.
Everybody.
Scripture
yeah, scripture does say that. But as I said, look, one woman, sometimes too much. Most of the time it's too much, especially if you got one of those headstrong women. So that's too much, because in these days of time, it's not too many women that's gonna be submissive like that. You talking about having a submissive woman.
Well, that's it for black women then.
You talking about having a submissive woman. These women overseas, over in Arab nations and all that stuff, they are submissive. They were never taught to be headstrong. So if you never taught to do something, you ain't gonna do it. But these ladies over here, they are taught to do it from the time that they can understand, what a woman is. So.
And don't forget, once you come in, hit that thumbs up, share alike, $ Trewvizon Bucks, TREWBUCKS, Trewvizon Radio.
Do we have any more from the young lady, or that was the only segment?
I think there's something else. Hold on, not yet.
But like I said, young ladies now, they are taught to be independent, headstrong.
They talk to F over men.
Someone else?
Screw over men.
Well, you could call it, what you believe it is.
I'm just going by what you told me the other night.
I didn't tell you that. No, I did not.
Oh, yeah.
You trying to throw me under the bus again, aren't you?
Oh, you driving that bus.
Oh, that Greyhound ain't running.
You driving that bus, but
that Greyhound is not running.
You are driving the bus.
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying, these ladies are not submissive like that. They're not taught to be in submission.
Isn't that the sad part? That you can't even reason with your woman? You can't reason with your woman.
Most of them, no, you cannot reason with them.
That is sad.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
But at least Will and Jada has an understanding, It works for them.
Now they do, but the thing is, if you didn't want a open marriage or relationship or whatever, you should have agreed with it in the first place, because you know there were going to be some heartbreaking somewhere. Especially, look, if you put too many cooks in the kitchen, you got a bad, a bad situation.
Yeah, it could be guacamole and chips in one night. And well, the same night, you got hamburgers and french fries, you got collard greens and mushrooms and chicken in the same night.
You got 4 or 5 cooks in a little small kitchen. Come on now.
Yeah, I think I got some here.
So come on. But you got 3 people in a twin size bed.
Let's see what else we got.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have from
So
this
how
young
do I
lady.
feel about open relationship? No, it was not right what Jada did.
No,
and
it
the
was
way
not
she
right.
did it. She not only hurt her husband, but she hurt the young man that she so-called said that she was helping. So she helped herself. So that's how I feel about it.
See, now she feel that the same way that
That was well said. She hurt the other. I said that before though.
you're right.
What's his name? August. Yeah.
Yeah, August.
Yeah. She came before August.
Now he's in September.
Yeah.
Headed for October.
It's like you use him for your own personal gain.
Right. Now,
And that's
Jada is an older woman than this guy is. Okay? Jada was in her early 40s back then. This happened about 4 or 5 years ago. It didn't happen yesterday. So Jada was, I think right now she's in her late 40s, 47, 48 years old.
Yeah.
But back then, Jada was in her early 40s, like 42, 43 years old. This guy was only in his early 20s, maybe about 22, 23 years old.
Well, if you're gonna put it back 4 years ago, she would have been like 43, 44.
Yeah, that's what I said. And this guy was in his early 20s because, he's only about maybe 27, 28 now.
Because he was real sick,
Yeah, he was real sick, and they took him in to nursing back to health. And I didn't know, sexual healing was part of the process.
Hey, isn't it weird how they both, when they talk about him, well, Og.
Yeah, August. She called it August.
She said Og too.
Yeah.
I couldn't take that. And you in my face, and you just got finished, and you're just talking about him like you just left him a minute. You could tell it was more than sex. You know what I'm saying? It was a relationship. Because every time she talked about this guy, well, Og, and I think he did it too. It's just, it's some freaking money.
Did she catch feelings for you?
But it didn't last long.
No.
Whatever she called it,
Now
she's
she
over.
thought about.
She's way over it.
She thought about Big Willie. Big Willie got big money. I mean, come on, this guy didn't have anything. He was just an up and coming.
Well, he had something.
Well, as far as financial means, he didn't have anything.
Well, he put it in his music. He's an artist also, so gotta be
he's
careful
an
who you sleep
artist.
with. Gotta be careful with artists you sleep with because they will put it in the music. I should know.
Do you?
And don't forget to hit that cash app once again. Thumbs up, thumbs up. We have 35 subscribers, and we want everybody to help us get to that 1,000 mark so we can go to the next level.
Please do, everybody. We need the support. I'm gonna be like Bottles and James. Thank you for your support. Man, we need your support. Go to Trewvizon Radio
One
on
of these days,
YouTube.
Al. Pow. Right.
Right on the kisser.
I'm gonna pound you in the kisser. You keep on playing that. You keep on playing that.
I had to pay you back for what you said. You're always trying to get me tripped up.
I'm not. Look, all I'm doing is asking you a question.
I thought you was a brother.
I am a brother.
You just a mother.
What? Whatever. But I'm just saying, man. You said you know how that guy
about being right.
As an artist.
Exactly, as an artist, yeah. You get with someone and you think it's gonna go somewhere, and they don't tell you. She probably didn't tell him that this is temporary. This is what it is. No, she led this brother on. I bet you she didn't say anything that, hey, this is just gonna be a sexual thing and we're gonna keep this professional and adult-like, and when I get through with you, I'm gonna take care of you and send you back where you need to go, back in the studio and out of my house.
In other words, throw that skeleton back in the closet.
Right, nothing.
Keep it in the closet.
Like
Michael Jackson said.
Yeah,
keep it in the closet.
I'm pretty sure he didn't know. He thought it was, clear. Thought it was clear.
Well,
he thought the runway was clear.
He claims Will gave him permission, but if you listen to Jada and Will talk about it,
then what did you do,
Will
Jada?
did never say he gave this
What did
guy
you do, Jada?
permission.
One of these days, Jada, pow! Right in the ear kiss.
So, I'm just saying,
it's a dangerous game. I want one woman, you know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
I can't handle more than one.
really, come on now. In these days and time with everything going around, diseases, corona, HIV, KID,
Sharona.
KGB, FBI, whatever.
What if she would have got pregnant?
Ooh.
It's possible. She's only 48.
Now, see, that would have been another
They would have really
curve.
They would have killed Will. Will would have been done for it. I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure Jada would have been done for it too.
Pow!
Really? Well, at least she had sense enough to practice safe sex.
I hope so. Because we forget about other diseases. The only thing we think about is AIDS and AIDS.
Yeah, but there are other stuff out there.
Exactly.
besides AIDS.
Crabs and all kind of syphilis, gonorrhea, all kind of.
Name them all, Dr. Hooch.
I don't know them all. Having that baby is the number one for me.
Yeah, KID is worse than, in some cases, HIV.
Yeah, kids are like luggage. Not going
That's
nowhere.
right, that you keep for a lifetime.
I love children, but I'm cool.
I love children as well, but
I'm content with being an uncle.
No, I don't have any kids. Hooch don't have any children. Yeah, so.
But a lot of situations come from having sex with other people's property, if I could use that word.
Just say other people partner.
Yeah, partners are good.
Property partners is all the same.
Because things will go left. Jealousy will kick in. Someone would get hurt. That's all it is.
I don't know anybody that's gonna give you permission to sleep with their significant other.
That would never happen with me.
Not in my case.
Never. That should never happen.
Not in my case, that won't happen.
So Al, you should give the people words to live by.
All right. Keep your woman or your man at home. Now, if you don't want him to go out in the street, you don't want her to go out in the streets, start doing things you ain't never did before.
I know, right?
Swing off chandeliers.
It goes for all sexual genders or whatever. The same thing applies.
Same sex, same problem.
Right.
So No, sex don't have no discrimination. Same sex, same problem. But the thing is, look, most of the time when somebody go outside of their relationship, marriage, whatever it is, they looking for some type of adventure because, you know, life has gotten boring. You know, Joe Tex say it become common to you like an old dried up hamburger with no lettuce and tomatoes on it. You know, you want a hamburger with lettuce and everything on it, cheese, everything. So you go out looking for that adventure. Now, that's what I heard, because when I'm in a relationship, I don't go out looking for adventure.
Yeah, it's bad enough to try to distinguish if it's a man or a woman or not, you know. I feel sorry for people who's dating right now. It's usually you could check the neck and you'd be all right.
Check it through.
You can't do that no more.
That record, they get rid of them Adam's apples.
Right.
Through surgery.
Yeah. You need an application when you go out right now.
Yeah, you better take the application with you. You don't have them to fill it out.
And watch what bathroom they go into. You gotta check all that.
If your date go into the opposite sex bathroom, you better get your ass up. You better get out of there. Cause you're gonna have a surprise when you get home later on.
Yeah, and then listen to those. Even the voice will get you, but you gotta pay attention closely. You know.
Man,
hey, how you doing? Oh, what?
Some of these people sound like the opposite sex, though.
I know.
Real close. So.
I think a guy shot a girl in the foot, or if it, allegedly a girl in the foot because when he true story dropped, you know. Yeah. He came out swinging.
How did we get on this story?
I don't know, but I want to get off of it really quick. I want to get off of it really quick.
That's right. Let's get off of that because man, that really being down with OBB.
But that's somebody else and somebody else's. But truth of the matter is, you're supposed to get your own. You know?
Yeah, have your own.
Stop being jealous of somebody else's relationship.
Have your own and keep your own, and keep that significant other if you can. Keep them satisfied. Do things that you know they're gonna keep your relationship going. You know, go out on date nights and stuff like that. If you have kids, take them over to your mama's house. Do something.
Yeah.
But you got to keep that fire burning, because if you don't, somebody else gonna be sticking a log in your fire. I'm just saying.
All right. Don't forget to donate.
Well, that's it for Trewvizon Radio. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. And we will see you next week. Hooch, did you say we're going to have someone named Sister Yami?
Yes, she teaches African theology, African everything, African dance, all kinds of things. She makes her own jewelry and etc., etc. You know, I can't wait to have her on the show. Gonna give her a call in a few minutes so we can line that on up so we can get down with Sister Yami. She's a very, very spiritual person. I love her to death. We had a great time honoring our brother, Congressman
John Lewis.
John Lewis, yeah.
John Lewis, yeah. Also, later on our broadcast, we're going to have individuals in here talking about food and health for the black
That's right.
community. So
that's right.
So we're gonna do that as well. So
Shout out to my H2O brothers. Dig it.
shout out.
Double O action.
Yeah, shout out to the H2O boys. Yeah.
Performing live in Prattville. Just dinner music, really.
That's right. That's what I was gonna say. Don't you all have shows that y'all do every Saturday now?
Yeah, it's gonna be every first Saturday at the Marriott Legend Hotel. Yeah.
Yeah, every first Saturday at the Marriott up there in Prattville.
And then we got some dates. I think a 4 or 5 piece featuring Louisiana Fred in September 17th in Auburn, and then October 8th featuring L'Oreal Washington. And
where is that gonna be?
It's gonna be in Auburn also, in the park in Auburn. So it's gonna be spaced out, so it's safe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be probably cool by then.
And we can see if we can get you on the ticket, Awesome Al, so you can MC.
All right.
Check is in the mail.
Okay.
Trust me.
Yeah, right. But anyway, thank you for joining us at Trewvizon Radio. Go to our Cash App, $TrueBucks.com.
Hit it!
I mean, TrueBucks. Hit it. Don't quit it. Stay with it. Stick it. Whatever you gotta do.
No get into it, no entanglements.
But hit it more than once. Also, before we go, let me say, fill out the census, please, because it's still census time until October. If you haven't received your form in the mail, go on the website at census2020.gov, or is it 2020census.gov? It's one of them. You know, it don't take long. And the census is very important because that's how money is allocated to our communities, especially the minority communities. So fill out the census. Right now, only 60% of Americans have filled out census. So come on, let's get it going.
Dig it.
Let's get it going.
All right, peace. Peace.
Take care, everybody. We out.